It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care, where you can breathe a little easier, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. The only law west of the Pecos. That's how Judge Roy Bean described himself. According to legend, he held court in a saloon along the Rio Grande on a desolate stretch of the Chihuahuan Desert of southwest Texas. Fatley Roy Bean Jr. was born around 1825 in Mason County, Kentucky. The youngest of 5 children, Bean left home at the age of 16 to ride a flatboat to New Orleans, hoping to find work. After getting into trouble in New Orleans, Bean fled to San Antonio, Texas. After Sam fought in the Mexican-American War, he moved out of San Antonio, where Roy joined him. In 1848, the two brothers opened a trading post in the Mexican state of Chihuahua. Soon after, Roy Bean was forced to kill a desperado. To escape being charged with murder by Mexican authorities, the Bean brothers fled west to Sonora, Mexico. By the spring of 1849, Roy Bean had moved to San Diego, California, to live with another older brother, Joshua, who would be elected the first mayor of San Diego the following year. After Joshua's murder in 1852, Roy took over his saloon. Later he migrated to New Mexico, where he and Sam ran a general store. During the Civil War, the Confederates invaded New Mexico, and Bean would join the retreating army. For the next 20 years, Roy lived in San Antonio, Texas, working nominally as a teamster. In 1866, Roy married 18-year-old Virginia Chavez, a union that later ended in divorce. By the spring of 1882, he had established a small saloon near the Pecos River. In a tent city he named Vinegaroon, and before long became Justice of the Peace. One of his first acts in that position was to, in quotes, shoot up the saloon shack of a Jewish competitor. Bean then turned his tent saloon into a part-time courtroom and began calling himself the only law west of the Pecos. An admirer of actress Lily Langtry, Judge Roy Bean soon moved to Eagle's Nest, 20 miles west of the Pecos River, which was soon renamed Langtry. Bean would rename his saloon the Jersey Lily in her honor. He won re-election to his post in 1884, but was defeated in 1886. The following year, the Commissioner's Court created a new precinct in the county and appointed Bean to be the new Justice of the Peace. He continued to be re-elected until 1896. Even after his election defeat, he, quote-unquote, refused to surrender a seal and law book and continued to try all cases north of the tracks. Roy Bean passed away in his beloved Langtry, Texas on March 16, 1903. After his death, he was often depicted in film, TV, and literature as a hanging judge, although he is known to have sentenced only 2 men to hang, one of whom escaped. Among the on-screen portrayals of Bean include one by Edgar Buchanan, of Petticoat Junction fame, in the Judge's titular syndicated TV series in 1955, and another by Paul Newman in 1972 film The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.